Hi, hello, what's up? So we are here today because I am on my period and to cancel my plans for today, and but also because I had this video planned, and so since I am, you might say like a big fan, or in general I know that the menstruating times can be quite powerful for tension setting, release, and yada yada. Let's do the video today while I'm in bed, resting, densifying my energy back again. And I don't know. This will be a particular video. I think it's going to be very very juicy. And before doing this, also, oh my god, why am I talking so much? I need to hurry. I don't have much battery. Okay, I need to hurry, and I will try and do my best to make this a short video. Okay, otherwise I will have to edit it, and well, it will be just more work for me. Okay, let's get straight into it. Otherwise, I'll start blabbering about what I was doing, what I was watching, what happened there, here, and there, and that's not important. Not now, at least. Today's video, spiritual video call. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay. I channeled the title for this video a few days ago, and when I was preparing, there was a song that was coming through for the whole video. Okay, perhaps more songs will come through for each and every group, and the song is "Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. It wasn't me. None of this, they were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. And so basically the song is like there's this guy who effed up like big time. He was caught, and he calls his friend. He's like, oh my god, I screwed up. And his friend starts asking questions like, okay, what happened? How can you move forward from the situation without getting your ass frozen or worse? And eventually, like, it becomes a learning experience for the both of them. Okay, and so this is like the vibe. Okay, something happened, or you might just be curious to know, like, if there is something out of place in your system, in your energy, in the organization of your energies at this moment. So this might be also a triggering video, because I might talk about stuff that you are either not fully aware of, or perhaps you are not ready to focus on them. Okay, so now you got the disclaimer. Now you know what this is about. Okay, imagine that this is like a video call that you can do it. I am filming this with my phone. The final form of the video will be the rectangular phone. No, I think it's more, yes. Will look like this, like a video call. Okay. And so yeah, like a video call that you can have spirit. And so you are basically imagine that you have the option to have a video call with someone or something that has a lot of answers. Okay, and so bringing like this this direct communication with spirit, universe, source, whatever is the word that resonates for you the most, bringing it closer to the technological world, where we are probably more used to call someone, video call someone even when we need a second opinion. Okay, so since I can turn the camera and maintain like one cohesive video flow, I will have to just flip it to film the group section. Yeah, I'm in bed recovering with my blanket, so that's also what you're going to see. Okay, 3, 2, 1, group selection. Okay, so we're going to have group 1, group 2, 3, and 4. Once again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video if you need to. If you feel called to select more than one group, that's perfectly okay. I am now going to film group 1. Group 1, hi. So, this is your card, Orion. It's also the name of a constellation, and this myth explains how the constellation was created, and basically it was an act of reparation for an unjust punishment that wasn't punishment. It was vengeance for nothing. Okay, so right away, what the fuck is wrong with group 1? Some of you might resonate with being victim of black magic, okay? Someone here might be dealing with a curse. Could be like generational curse type of thing. This could also be a more recent curse, like someone placed something on you at some point. But so what I am unable to clarify for each and every one is when did that happen, like if that was more recent or back in your days. What I can tell is that what the fuck is wrong with you, like the chaos that you are experiencing right now, is because of someone interfering with your straight and clear thinking. I'm gonna tell you the story of this guy. Okay, like he was apparently a very handsome huntsman, and someone placed something in his beverages, food, whatever, and that something altered its senses in a way where eventually he went home and sexually assaulted a lady. It's not said if it was like his partner or anything, but what we know is that during the night, like, because what happened was, as a matter of fact, sexual assault, she consulted with her father. Her father told her, you deserve revenge. What happened to you was wrong, and so you should carve this man's eyes out. And she does. And so you might have done something or a bunch of stuff that were not like fully okay, or that you are not like fully proud of. And so basically now you are in a double struggle because not only this was done to you, okay, like someone took give me a second. Okay, all good. So as I was saying, you might have like seen yourself acting in ways that were not so honorable. Please, I really hope that I am not talking to someone who actually assaulted someone. Please. Please. Okay. So I would really like to not focus on that scenario. Okay, I really want to hope that I'm not talking to someone who did that. But anyway, it doesn't have to be like as directly connected. Let's say that, I don't know, perhaps you have been cheating on someone with someone else, or I'm also like backstabbing is also coming through. Like this guy, he eventually receives like an arrow in his back. Or you lashed out on someone and it really wasn't the someone you shouldn't have lashed out to. The double struggle, oh my god, this is not going to be a short video, right? Double struggle, because now you have to deal with the fact that, one, your senses have been altered by a third party. You might have like narcissistic, black magic abusers, divination abusers in your family, in your close environment, because like you should be wary of people handling your food and drinks, okay, from now on. And now you also have actually because someone like placed something on you. Now, first struggle, you need to clear yourself from that, okay, because as long as you keep it in, it's going to keep on affecting your moods and decision-making processes. I have a series of videos that you might refer to that are a more comprehensive guide on what you can do, okay? I actually filmed those videos while I was healing from a curse, okay? So I don't know, I really felt called to take that on camera, because, well, first because the person who was sending me that had been doing that for quite some time and getting away with it. And so since that happened in a moment where I already knew what was going on, I was already pretty much aware of what had been done, and I also knew how to clear from that. I decided, okay, this is the perfect chance to create like video content where I explain how it feels, what type of stages you might go through, and what type of immediate solutions you can use, okay? Yeah. It's always trying to keep it real. in here, okay? And then I was talking about double struggle. Now you also have to deal with the fact that whatever you did, even if it wasn't your initial intention, now you have to deal with it, okay? And it might take some time to clear yourself from that, because even if your senses were altered, it was your body, the body who moved into the situation. It was your soul, the soul who received the imprint from whatever experience you went through. If you do not resonate with curses, black magic, good for you, first and foremost. Your what the fuck situation might still reflect the same dynamic in terms of lies and being misguided and misled. So you might have stabbed someone in the back because someone else told you that that was the enemy, and it turned out it was not. And now you have to deal with the fact that you party with the enemy, and also you might have hurt someone, okay, who definitely you shouldn't have hurt. Yeah. So in your case, like, your process will still be similar. You will have to learn how to cut off whoever bullshitted you into the situation, and face the consequences head on of whatever action you might have taken. How can you go through this? The keyword for you here that I can see, okay, now I can see it too, it's this one up here, and it says like mediocre, like the mediocre things. Do what I am doing today. Okay, be with yourself. Like, you might have to take some sort of actions at some point, but it will be like very minimal and intentional action, because what you have to do is give your soul the time to purge whatever it is that you took in and put you in this what the fuck situation, okay? Finding solutions in the smallest acts in life. Cleaning yourself, cleaning your house. You are like, your body is a very complicated emotional filter, okay? So it has the option to purge out experiences, to take in experiences and purge out experiences. It happens gradually as you let other stuff come in. In this guy's case, he had to walk through a certain path and meet the sunlight at certain moment in time in order to have his view restored and eventually fall in love again. But it also says that it took him like years, because like, you take in your experience and then you sweat it, like you sweat the old, you cry the old, you know purge the old. But that's what it is about, okay? Like, cleansing your body day after day, cleansing your space day after day, knowing that whatever you are also shedding that extra baggage that was placed on you. Okay, like someone really did you dirty, and now we are going to see what the fuck what to do about it. Okay, that's not cool. I don't like it. Okay, so something else that you need to pay really close attention to right now is your reaction to all of this. Like, you might feel like coming out of your cave like this guy. Okay, sword in his hand, taking them all down. I don't know. Like, stuff is going to happen quick around you and for you from this situation. And you should not forget who you are in this situation, okay? You should try and not get caught in the blade game. Let's say, for example, someone told a lie about you, you are now going to tell a lie about them. Or like I mean, very clearly someone cursed you, you are now going to curse them. You might have to act really quickly in removing curses from yourself. But also the end of this myth is quite tragic because nobody's happy at the end of this. Like, nobody. And that happens because of the fucking God of love. Wait, no, it's not. He is not. Yeah, no. In a sec. Okay, no. I got confused. The god that interferes even more in the situation was Apollo, god of the sun, who was often described as an a-hole, generally. So no, that was not the god of love. But still, you might need to act very quickly to remove yourself from the negative influence that is interfering with your clear judgment. And while you do that, you might also find out that there are even more interferences coming through. And basically, in this myth, the god Apollo was the brother of the newfound lover of Orion, okay? And he was simply not okay with the two of them being happy and being in love, and therefore he tricks his own sister, so his own family, in order to stab Orion in the back even further, because that happened after he had been tricked into his senses had been tricked. He went off, acted foolishly, and received punishment, went out, purged himself, restored his functions, and then eventually was killed. And yeah. So yeah, looking at this card, there are swords and arrows coming from all sides. I don't know, perhaps you are in a very competitive field. I don't know. But be very careful that even if you have to move fast, make sure that you're moving fast for the right things. Okay? Make sure that you are moving fast in order to answer the call and complete the tasks that are part of your true mission, that are part of your true soul. Okay? Not acting fast in order to run after whatever bad guy, or if there is anything new that is coming through at this moment in time, like a contract, a new partnership, someone who simply just cannot stop trying to collaborate with you, work with you, and like they insist that it has to be done now. It does not. You don't have to go in that direction. Not at this time. You need to take care of yourself. You need to purge. You need to take firm positions when it comes to taking care of you and moving forward without extra baggage. Also, this might talk about the need for privacy, like whatever it is that you're working on, keep it secret, keep it low. This whole situation went to the hills because someone was able to spy whatever was happening and therefore was able to plot. Okay, sometimes you really have to be cold like a beast and not give a fuck if you've known someone for 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. If they have like a similar backstories than you. Sometimes it doesn't mean shit. They might have been nice to you for a few decades because like you brought something to the table that it was interesting for them, but the minute they will see you going in a direction that they want to go, you become enemy. And so like sometimes you just gotta put the walls up, you know, and unless like it's really, I don't know, your partner that really knows what you're about and what is important to you, and you know that they're there through difficult times and not just to show you off when it's convenient. Yeah, whatever it is that you are trying to save, try to save it discreetly. Okay, to close this up, know that this might also benefit you in the end. The Orion's case was pleaded to the higher gods, and eventually Zeus turned him into a constellation. Surprise, surprise! If you've watched older videos, you know that's like a big time Zeus stunt. But what? So he was turned into a constellation, and right next to his constellation, he placed the constellation of the Scorpio. that was to represent the last part of Orion's myth. So, as I was saying, he purged himself. He falls in love again, and not with just anyone, with the goddess Athena. She had a brother, Apollo. He was jealous of his sister being able to have earthly pleasures and love, okay, with a mortal, because you know, it hits different when you know you are going to leave this plane at some point. And so first and foremost, Apollo sent a Scorpio to fight off Orion, and he decided to swim off, knowing that the scorpion was not able to swim. And then his lover Athena was tricked by his own brother to shoot him in the back. And so Zeus placed, like, he recognized the injustice, okay, but since he knew like the full story, and that it was kind of a light motive for Orion, like he had been punished because he like laid back way too comfortably in his sensory self, and therefore made himself vulnerable to this type of attack in some kind of way, and became an attacker consequently. Like that's of course the part that that created the guilt afterward. And then after that he was he was paid back by life, but for a short period of time, and with something that has the potential to create a lot of jealousy. And so the creation of those constellations in Zeus' perspective were a way to remind everyone that whatever is generated, whatever story, whatever experience that is generated purely by the passions and by the senses can be great, but can also be dangerous, okay? And so this might be like a moment for you to level up your spiritual strength, your physical strength as well, and to gain more control over whatever it is that you let slide from yourself in this situation, okay? Yeah, let me think. Like, you might learn that some things that for you were completely innocent, on the long run they are not. Or you might learn that people around you who you thought were completely innocent turn out to be quite the opposite. And so if you take this seriously, if you really take the time, especially if this is like a curse situation, like you really take also the distance and make sure that you place yourself in a situation when you are able to see where it's you and where it's them, whoever them might be, okay? You should be able to walk out gracefully, okay? Just keep in mind that you can't treat bad people in a dignified way and hoping that everything will be okay. Doesn't mean, like, as I was saying, doesn't mean now you have to go and stab everyone in the back, but keeping some informations for you, okay, even if that means like a little bit of discomfort for someone else. They can get uncomfortable as long as you save your own fucking life. Okay? Like, let's say that someone at work has been spreading lies and rumors about you, okay? And perhaps even trying to place stuff in your food and drinks, and you know about it. Eventually, like, I don't know, you caught yourself sleeping, you all of a sudden started missing deadlines, what was super smooth and clear all of a sudden became fuzzy. So you start investigating, and now you know. Okay, now you know that it's because of a third party influence that is making you sick somehow. Don't focus on them. Focus on getting away from them first and foremost, and when I say like acting in a way that is not so dignified, I mean, if they come and insult you, of course, give them the finger. I'm a big fan of that approach, of course. I I say that pretty out loud. But they're probably not important. Like they probably shouldn't even be in that process, like in the first place. And so let's say that you might have to, for example, not forward certain information, or move in the shadows and cancel last minute some sort of commitment, even if that might be seen as non-professional. But since you know that the other person or the other people had been doing like crazy unprofessional and sometimes maybe unhuman stuff behind the scenes, you can clearly see how the two reactions cannot be put on the same scale from a justice point of view. Okay, you holding back your energy and keeping secrecy might create some discomfort for people who are super fucking nosy, but it's definitely not the same than actively sitting with yourself and coldly decide to sabotage someone just because, I don't know, you felt like it was a good idea. So yeah, I think that is all that I have. Let me think. Yeah, perhaps even healing silence, and only reopen communication when everything from your side is completely clear, and perhaps you can just like forward it to whoever is actually in charge, and this way everything can be safe from whoever is nosy and whoever has been trying to cause confusion. Okay. That was it for my group 1. Quite a heavy reading, to be honest. I really hope that helps. Perhaps just take what resonates. Don't try to force a message onto yourself if it doesn't resonate. This is an energy reading, so it might refer to a whole bunch of situation. Just use it as confirmation if you were already feeling like something was off and out of place with you and whoever you have been interacting with. That was it. Thank you for tuning in. As I told you, if you need more resources to walk through this, there is this very specific video series. Is in 3 parts. It's called "How to Save a Life." It's in my channel. And then you can also refer to other videos if this is a long process and you might need like more support to really identify who's being the fucker in your life, okay? Because sometimes those things can be fucking serious. I have had family members placing death spells on me, okay? I have had family members placing not so good stuff in my food and drinks so that I would get sick, okay? Grown adults that I was supposed to trust. So really trust nobody sometimes. So yeah, sometimes you really have to take some time out of your schedule to learn who is being a piece of crap in your life, because the simple label of family member, friend, partner, colleague sometimes do not mean shit. Okay? You feeling bad, that's a sign. You feeling like you're being attacked, that means something. Okay. Yeah, I think that now that was it. I am now going to close this reading and film group number 2. Thank you. Hi, group 2. What the fuck is going on? Like, group 1 was super heavy on sabotage, placing curses, like people placing curses on you, okay? Group 2 is this. This is a card that talks heavily about jealousy. So, if you resonate with the scenario of someone placing black magic on you, you might want to watch group 1 as well, okay? Because that was heavy. Black magic, mind games, manipulation, even within the family. This is more workplace related, okay? If you hear some crazy noise, it's just my dog being crazy, because sometimes he needs some time to be that, because he's a dog. So, he just made that shoe fly. Muy bien, muy bien. Give me a second. Okay, so in your case, what the fuck is wrong with you can like relates to what was going on with group 1, meaning that what the fuck is wrong with you are the people around you, okay? This might be like people in your field, if you are progressing in a specific field, or people at your workplace if you work in a specific environment or company, okay? But these might also be people above you, okay? Superiors, boss, sometimes. Or people who would really like to be above you and they just can't. But whatever the case is, if this is a boss, your boss is jealous of you. Your boss is jealous of your work. Your boss is jealous of your skill, and therefore your boss, like if your boss, you don't have to force every message that you hear from tarot readers. Okay, if everything is fine with your boss, like okay, it might be stressful and everything, but um, everything had been going seemingly well up until this point. Don't go into work tomorrow questioning your boss. Okay, this is something that you might find confirmation for if you already had doubts about your boss. Okay, perhaps like you know that from a quality point of view that your work checks every single point, and there is your boss like always trying to create fights out of thin air. It's because your boss is jealous of you. Okay, your boss knows the market, your boss knows what the market wants, and your boss can see that what you have is what the market wants. And therefore, instead of telling you this and being a good boss, they are feeling like not a good boss, and instead of bossing up, they are trying to keep you down so that no one will notice that your work is actually brilliant. Okay, and note that this is wrong, because a good boss is someone who first and foremost loves his discipline, is someone who works for the discipline. Okay, and therefore should be really happy to see someone push the discipline forward. Okay, like wow, finally we have another mind to progress in here. But this is not the case. Your boss has probably like huge ego problems, and therefore unless it's them, the star, the diva, or whatever, I mean I had a boss like that, and he was like a super serious guy. I'm just imagining him getting what he wants. Like, you really want to be a diva? That's okay. I can send you my belly dancer attire, and then you can dance around all day long, sweetheart. But really though, so if this is not your boss, this might be colleagues, and same scenario. Like they see what you do, they like what you do. Instead of leveling up their own game, they're trying to destroy yours so that no one will see just how shitty their game is. Okay, and so two solutions, like no, perhaps more, but in general, know that they can change. Like they don't have that capacity to level up, and they won't as long as you stay in the dynamic. So you might have to call to speak about the situation. So if this is a boss and you don't have the support, let's say that this person does that to other employees as well, and therefore no one has the balls to speak up about it. So you might not have the power, the resources, or the departments to actually call out your boss for what he is, and just, a pathetic sad sack who sucks at his own job. But and in this case you might have to leave, but just know that if you will have to leave, it's for the best. Okay, that was not the right ground for you to grow roots. Okay, that was toxic. That was just keeping you down. And if there is anything that you might want to learn from this experience, is just how good you are. Okay, and just how good you will be as soon as you will place all that attention, effort, and dedication to whatever it is that you have been working on, but outside of their grip, because they clearly can't appreciate shit, and therefore they if they can support you in your struggle, first and foremost, you have no use for them. Struggle is gonna come anyway, if you decide to do anything with your life. And if people are not there to support you, they are just extra weight, because what the fuck are they even doing there? And then also, if people are not there to support you, they have simply no business trying to be there when eventually success might come in. Okay? And if it's colleagues, you might have to talk about whatever it is that they are doing, or whatever it is that it is your truth, if they have been spreading false stuff about you. Okay? Like, it's good to be the mature person and just laugh off at how immature some grown-ass people can be sometimes. But if this is interfering with your paycheck, laughing won't pay the rent. Telling to HR that instead of focusing on whatever it is that they are supposed to be focusing, Suzette from Who Gives a Fuck Where Suzette Came From, is more busy trying to build a whole scenario of you that has nothing to do with who you are, because you actually never took the time to sit down with fucking Suzette, because she is boring as fuck. Okay? And at some point you kind of have to hit the fuck them point. And if someone really insists on being unprofessional, then they should be dealt with for being unprofessional. Okay? And it's not your job to understand all their insecurities, all their traumas, all that they have been through. If you are not out there abusing people, you have no reason to accept abuse. Plain and simple. Okay? And so, yeah. Tell your truth, and whatever happens to them next, it's none of your problem. Yeah, that was it. Let's keep it short. If really, again, if the sabotage is a bit heavier, you might really want to watch group 1 as well, and then check my short video series that is called How to Save a Life, and that I actually filmed while I was purging from a curse. So I am delivering practical knowledge on how to remove a curse while I heal myself. Okay, so yeah, this might be interesting if you resonate with it. Okay, we don't want to call experiences like harmful experiences if they are not there. Wish you luck, wish you strength, know that you're amazing, and they know that too. And once again, what you're going to learn from this situation is to not get bothered. Like, yes, take action to defend yourself, but don't take it in, because it has no meaning. It means that you are fucking amazing, and they know it, and they somehow can't stand it, can handle the fact that someone is good at their job. I know. Offensive. But that's the world we live in right now, so you have to know how to protect yourself from this type of crap, because some people really don't care about how stupid they are going to end up looking. They just don't. They just have like their own little demons crawling from the inside, and best thing they can do is act like scorn the cheerleaders from a teenage movie from last decade. I don't know. I it took me some time before I had a TV, so I'm still analyzing culture from that point of view. But yeah, I hope this helps. If you need more support, you can follow me on my other social media platforms, and then reservation link for private readings, as long as they are available, will be down below. Thank you. Take care. I'm going now to do group 3. Hi, group 3. So, if you're choosing group 3, this is your card, Selene, the moon, the goddess of the moon, goddess of dreams. Okay, so right away, because this is like a side message that might only resonate to a small group, to a small few of you, you might be under a love spell. And the reason why someone put you under a love spell was because they were not sure that you would reciprocate their feelings, and therefore did something behind your back in order to manipulate your feelings. Okay. But this is just for a few of you. This reading is actually going to be is going to take another direction. So if you resonate with this, like there is someone in your life and you have no reason to want them into your life whatsoever, and all of a sudden you can't stop thinking about them, like why, you know. I know I'm not in love, like genuinely speaking. So if that happens, it might be that because someone is trying to manipulate your free will, and therefore you might want to purge yourself from that, because I do not advertise love spells. I do not agree on performing love spells, not for myself, not for anybody, because it's the equivalent of a kidnapping. You are trying to bypass natural seduction, you are trying to bypass natural chemistry, you are trying to bypass also somebody else's will. Therefore, what you are doing is not lovable, okay, is not a loving act, is very selfish, and I don't like that, okay? And you are not supposed to like that either if someone is doing that to you. So you might want to go back to group 1. It goes a bit deeper on that subject, and if you already know that someone like if this initial part of the message was already confirmation enough for you to know that someone placed a love spell on you, you might want to check my How to Save a Life video series, and I filmed that while I was healing from a curse. It was not directly a love spell, even if I had to break some of those too. You might want to check cut cording rituals and spiritual bath, but I talk more extensively about all of that in those videos, and as I was saying, I was healing myself, so that can be interesting and useful if you need external support to go through the process. Okay, I'm now going to focus on the more general scenario. So what the fuck is wrong with my group 3? So my group 3 might be trying to achieve something beyond physical reality, like long-lasting results, for example, invest in a property, work in a way that would put your life in a position where you would be able to work on building your forever home, or working on attracting a conscious forever partner, or reuniting with a loved one as well. Okay, and what the fuck is wrong with you is this guy up here who is throwing bad stuff in the direction of whatever you are trying to achieve. So I'm going to tell a little bit about this myth so that you can know like why this card is here, okay, and why this card might resonate with your situation. The moon goddess Selene fell in love with a guy and he loved her back. So up until this point, everything looks fine. Now, the problem here was that the guy was a mortal, so Selene invented a whole method where she would put him to sleep during the day, and then she would visit him and be with him during the night. And he was guarded by nymphs during the day, and they had a beautiful love. And then at some point, Eris, the goddess of strife and discord, who just likes chaos for the sake of it, she didn't like that two people were having peace, and therefore she sent a dragon to interfere with Selene's travels back and forth from her godly duties and back to her lover. And so the dragon would try to interfere, like either with Selene or try to find her lover. I mean, I don't know. I've never really met a dragon, so I can't really describe their behavior, but that it was placed as interference, okay? What it says here is that even if the road became a little tricky, love was more powerful, and therefore Selene would always find a way to reconnect with her lover, okay? So this might be like family members who do not like the person you're with. This might also be exes trying to interfere with the new happiness that you have. Like, no, wait, they were supposed to be miserable forever without me. Why are they smiling and holding hands? I mean, that can be because it's them, you know, they are miserable as fuck. And you know, sometimes misery likes company, but you're not supposed to like their company back, okay? So what can you do is to stay still like a rock. Like, not still like a pond where nothing happens, but still like a rock, firm in your position. Perhaps not being too like out and about with what's going on in your life. Just knowing that if it's the right thing for you, you are going to find a way. And it talks about playing dead, like the goddess lover would do. Um, like, let's say, for example, you have noticed that when you make your love visible, all of a sudden bad stuff start happening to you or your couple. Okay. um, you might not want to go out in public for a while. You might not want to share details of your personal life for a while. Okay. And just then perhaps test people one after the other to really see who's there, to really see who's happy and for you, and who is just there to throw shit your way. And it says that by doing this process and standing firm and letting the chaos fly around and make itself known, you are going to realize your dreams. Okay, whatever it is that you or your partner had been dreaming about, like perhaps finally having your own place and meeting your own people who get to know you as a couple, as a happy couple, and not having to like justify your love with the old stinky souls who wouldn't recognize love even if it was thrown into their face, because sometimes people are really just that stupid they couldn't discriminate a spoon even if they had it up their ass. Okay. And so they just see someone enjoying their life and it's like, oh, they're attacking me. Yeah. No, crazy one. No one's attacking you because no one wants to be you. So, and that's why you need to attack everyone, because otherwise no one would ever know that you exist. So yeah, you are going to learn who the dragon is, where it goes, how he likes to be a peeping tom, and you are going to just adjust in order to get confused on its own, and just know that there is a happy ending for you at the end of this. Like their love, it doesn't even have to be like a love situation. Okay, I was talking about building something bigger, stable, but you might also be working on building something larger than life. You're trying to impact a community. You are trying to resolve a big issue. You are trying to create something that will potentially touch a lot of souls and hearts. This situation was a really tricky one. Okay, like the pull between the two, so it could be you and your partner, or it could be you and your creation and your dreams, was really strong. But the circumstances where that was able to happen were tricky as fuck. Okay. So yeah, just know that those circumstances will probably have to be respected for quite some time, and that those negative influences are not just going away, but that doesn't take anything away from your dreams. You just happen to be living on a planet where some dreams get crushed, and therefore in order for them to bloom, you might want to learn how to protect them and how to express them, like how to find ways and alternatives to express them in a safe way. Okay, it might not be like the loudest way available, but at least it will be safe, and at least it will last, because they end up having like lots of kids, even if the guy was asleep most of the time and the lady was the moon. And so yeah, you might also learn that you have like unexpected skills in dealing with the situation. You might learn that you're a fucking ninja, okay? A love ninja, perhaps, if if the if the ninja definition sounds too hard on you. I'm a soldier of love. That's Sade song. You might want to check that. It's really beautiful. Soldier of love. Yeah, that's all that I have for you. Keep going. Keep being the moon. Keep shining into the dark. Your light is precious. Your love is precious. And, you know, what else? And yeah, if the world can't handle your happiness, they have no reason to be a part of it. At no point in time did the goddess invited the fucking dragon into her secret garden. Don't do that. Just don't. Just don't. Keep them out. And everything will be fine. Okay? Focus on the light. Thank you for tuning in. If you need more support, you can check my other videos, connect through other social media platforms. If it's still possible to book a personal reading at the time that you see this video, then the link will be down below. What else? Nothing. All my links are down below for donation as well. Wish you strength. No, I was thinking if there was something else, but no, that was it. Thank you for tuning in. If you are going by, I am now going to film group 4. Hi group 4. So if you have selected group 4, this is your card. Echo. This is the card to answer the question, what the fuck is wrong with you? At the moment in time where you have chosen to watch this reading, which is a timeless reading, so the moment where you decide to watch this reading is the right moment for you. So you might be going through a karmic cycle right now. This karmic cycle is here to teach you something, and eventually you are supposed to walk away from this, but not until you have taken the time to be with yourself, have a hard look with yourself, and realize what it is that went wrong. Because what the fuck is wrong with you is that you are probably feeling like this. Like this in the middle, okay? She is not happy. Echo is crying. She can't be hurt. That's her curse in the myth. So let's see. Right, 2 scenarios that are coming through. I am going to explain the first one first in a shorter version, because if you are going to relate with this first scenario, you might then want to check my last video. Yeah, it was last, which is called What is Your Mythological Energy? And this was the card for group 2. So you might want to check group 2 for what is my mythological energy, if you resonate with what I am going to say now. So you are going through a karmic cycle. this might be family karma, okay, meaning that your bloodline has done stuff that were not fully okay, and therefore you are now being faced with not perhaps the exact same experience, but similar experiences over and over again, okay? In order for you to correct your own behavior and eventually walk away from the situation and correct whatever karma it is that you're trying to correct, or that you are being called to correct sometimes, okay? So yeah, I was talking about group 2 of that other video, because if you are resonating with being on a path of breaking generational curses, you might have already find out that is not sometimes as immediate or as simple as one might want it to be, and that sometimes it really requires going through really heavy situations and learning how to keep your head up through it, but also learning how to be honest with yourself in order to, after being honest with your environment, the bread guy is passing by. Okay, let me see. Now let's focus on something that can be a little bit more immediate, okay? Like you are still going through a karmic cycle, and what you are being called to do is first and foremost learn how to use the karmic energy to your advantage without abusing it. I'm going to explain that in a second. And secondly, you are going to be asked to be honest with yourself about what the situation is, and that its purpose is to have an ending at some point. So the karmic situation is that in your very proximity there are people who like to talk really bad, okay? They either like to talk really bad about other people, they like to talk really bad about themselves in order to make themselves like the victim somehow, or they just like to spread rumors to create chaos and confusion because they don't want to be seen, or they don't want to be like in this energy facing themselves, and so they are willing to create like all sorts of bad karma for themselves just to avoid being with themselves, okay? And so you might have to go through a phase where you learn about this type of behavior. Through this type of behavior, like you might end up catching up with people around you, either because they're sloppy, or because, you know, if someone is very persistent with like being sneaky and you are not, at some point they are going to do something that is completely like out of place, and that is going to leave you like, oh, is that where we're having? Is this what's happening? All right, fuck you, okay? And so, yeah, like instead of feeding into the situation, okay, like What's definitely not going to be helpful will be like you yourself being in this energy where you just over complain about the situation and you do absolutely nothing to change it. You just go through the same, you go knocking to the same doors over and over again, and you get the same results. And this is the result, this is you at the end of every exchange. And instead of, you know, looking in the mirror and being like, okay, this is not the vibration that I want to be in. This is not the type of exchange that I'm supposed to be having. This is just going to be repeated over and over again. You cannot like go back to the same gossipy situations or dynamic and expect that is going to end differently, because it's the same people. They simply expect you to go back, believe a couple bullshit, deplete yourself for the situation, and then being left like this. And until you take the time to talk to yourself and be like, this is not what I want. I mean, it might be like liberating having someone to talk to, complaining about the situation, but at the end of the day, this is not what I want. Okay? And perhaps you might not even have in your hands an alternative right away, but you have to make the first step. You have to make the first step. You have to be the one who will initiate the movement. You have to be the one who will say, fuck it, I'm out of here. And then things will come. And then things will come through and replace whatever stagnating energy was lingering around. I was just like fucking around on YouTube, and there was this Shameless scene, Shameless, like the series with the crazy family, where there's the eldest daughter who basically has to raise like a bunch of kids because the parents are always dragged or onto some shit. And so she is managing a place, and she's dealing with a very, very nasty employee who is always judging her, sabotaging her, making the workplace like a mess. And basically she's like, yeah, actually you're fired. And that employee goes like, no, you can't, I'm the only one who can do this, I will sue your ass. And like she stops for a second, because of course she doesn't want to be sued. What she wants is improve the workplace. And as she takes in the threat, and she's like, okay, is that what the game that we're playing? You want to be an asshole to the end? There is just another girl who just walks through the door, and who's like younger, more dynamic, and who is basically ready to fill that exact same position. Okay, and so yeah, but first she had to take the decision. Okay, and yeah, it was. I'm also going to talk like about an example like from my life. Like at some point I really had to like over and over cut off several family members, okay? And it usually happened after they would do something very nasty to me, okay? Some sabotage, some stealing, some poisoning, you name it. Like, I really think that my family was trying to go for the worst family of the year award at some point. And if that award exists, I am going to sign and countersign whatever it is that I need to sign to make them win, because wow. Yes, baby, we're going to go out in a second. Okay? And so they would do something horrible, then they would send some like really small amount of hush money after completely fucking over my money, okay? Like, they would put me in situations where I wouldn't even be able to pay rent, and then give me money for movies, okay? Like, I would end up completely destroyed. But since after they would give me like peanuts, for them it was okay. And it wasn't until I decided to be like, okay, no more peanuts. I'm okay without peanuts. I love peanuts. But I might have chosen another word, honestly. Let's say muffins. I love muffins. I am willing to live without muffins, okay? If that means that I no longer have to deal with your energy, okay? And for a small period of time, I was kind of left with having to fill that void. And eventually it led me to realize that that void had always been there, okay? Like, if your family has never been there to help you, if your friends are never there to help you, they were not feeling any type of void, not for real. They was putting shit into your system and calling it help, okay? So yeah, feeling that void, feeling that absence, and learning how to be okay with it. Learning that eventually you are not missing out much, you are not losing much, you are losing troubles, you are losing lies, you are losing gossip, you are losing lack of respect. Okay? But since it's a loss, you might feel at loss still for a moment, okay? And so take the time to feel that loss, but be firm in walking away, okay? Because that is what's going to break the cycle. That is what's going to create room for more and create a new cycle. I don't know what that new cycle is going to be. Perhaps you are going to need more support for that. But in the meantime, that's all I have for you. Book 4. I hope that helps. I hope that resonates. If you need more support, I'm not going to have to rush because my dog really needs to get out. But if you need more support, you can watch other videos. We can connect through other social media platforms because I share content quite consistently, so that might be helpful. All my links are down below, also for reservations and donation. Okay? Take care. Thank you for tuning in. Say your daily Vate Retro. And see you soon. Bye.